Kirat Singh this side, and today we have a special person who likes samosa. Now, I'm not talking about this that samosa that we used to eat in the market. I'm talking about brand samosa, the marketing head, the person who generate leads, and the person who builds brand. Today we have Rajat Kumar. Hi, Rajat. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview.
Hi, Harkirat. Thanks for having me in this interview series of yours. And I'm really blessed and honored to have, be on your show right now.
Actually, after so much, after doing 4 to 5 interviews, someone has said to me that he is blessed to have to be interviewed by me.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So Rajat, I have heard about you a lot, and especially I've been following you on LinkedIn from past 1 year, and I've been seeing
okay.
that whenever I used to follow hashtag like marketing and advertisement, Rajat Kumar is trending every time. So what's the secret behind it?
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot for, a great introduction, first of all. Uh, trending is like very easy. It's just about, giving value to your audience, target audience, and, creating content for your target audience. So that's it. And if they like it, it will be, it will go viral, obviously. Yeah.
Cool. Great. So I think I should start from here itself because today we are here to talk about how to build brand on LinkedIn. And nowadays, when most of the businesses are B2B,
Mm-hmm.
especially for those people who for the B2B businesses founders and marketers, LinkedIn is one of the gold platform for them. And if you have a good LinkedIn reach and good LinkedIn brand, people try to work with you, people tend to work with you, people
Yes.
want to work with you in that case.
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
understand why today uh, someone should focus on making a brand on LinkedIn from your experience.
Okay, Harkirat. Harkirat, it's very important to build your brand on LinkedIn if you are B2B business, right? Because one of the biggest reason is that your customers are on LinkedIn, right? All the B2B businesses, all the founders, all the team members of those companies, B2B businesses are on LinkedIn, right? And apart from that, LinkedIn is also spending a lot to bring people on their platform, right? So they have done like huge marketing campaigns to bring more people on their platforms. And apart from that, the best thing is on LinkedIn right now is the organic reach. Like you said that you see my post always on trending, because that's because on LinkedIn, organic reach is really very high. If you post something, if you, let's say, if you have 100 followers, and if you post something on LinkedIn right now, it will reach to more than those 100 followers, right? And that's organic reach, right? And at the same time, if you post the same content on Facebook, and let's say you have followers on Facebook, let's say you have 10,000 followers on Facebook, right? It will only reach to 200 people out of those 2,000 people, or 10,000 followers, right? It will only reach to 2% or 3% or maximum 7-8%, right? So the organic reach is really high on LinkedIn compared to all other platforms. So one of the biggest reason is that, and the second reason is obviously market. If you are B2B business, your clients are B2B businesses, and you are searching for clients who are B2B, right?
Correct.
So, and LinkedIn have those people. You can easily pinpoint people and target them easily, very easily. And yeah, that's one of the biggest reason someone should build their brand on LinkedIn.
Correct. And you said about organic reach, because when we talk
Yeah.
about Instagram, Facebook, and all these other platforms, the organic reach doesn't work well there, especially
Yes.
on this platform. Inorganic reach is something that helps you to build a brand. But as you said
Exactly.
that on LinkedIn, that you have also built the brand using the organic reach. So that's something that we had to talk about it. How a person can make a brand on LinkedIn with organic reach. So I want to
Yes,
start with very
exactly.
basic thing, and I think that you are master at that thing. The thing is how
Okay.
the person how the person should make his LinkedIn profile, like a killer LinkedIn profile. What should be that in that profile? What should he or she should write in his or her LinkedIn profile? So according to your experience and what you have done till now.
Okay. Uh, to build your profile, like your LinkedIn profile, one of the biggest thing that you have to keep in mind is your target audience. Who are those people that you want to target, and and your objective, right? And who are the people you want to target, basically. And apart from that, there are different, different features on LinkedIn as well, and there are many section of, there are many sections to the profile. So there is headline in the profile, there is summary, there is experience section, there is recommendation section, right? So before that, before going towards section, let me talk about the target audience thing, right? So you have to build your profile keeping in mind your target audience, right? If you don't have your target audience in mind, you will not be able to build your profile, and you will not be able to leverage your LinkedIn profile that effectively. One of the biggest thing, for example, I will take an example in this case. For example, if you are a web developer, and you want to target people who are, you know like, you have to understand who are the people who wants to develop their want to develop their website, right? The founders, the people who have just started their startups, and they are struggling in building their website, right? Those are the people who can pay you, and who will be willing to pay you, and who want your services, right? So when you will be creating your profile, you will have to keep that person, that customer, your potential customer in mind, your target audience in mind, and then you will have to start building your profile. For example, in my case, it is founders and the marketing heads of different companies who wants to do marketing, right? Who wants to do marketing. So in that case, I have to make sure that my profile is appealing to them, right? If they comes to my profile, there are three objectives that you should you should make sure that your profile completes, right? Achieves, basically. First objective, obviously, your introduction. It should give your introduction, right? Second, it should tell what are the things that you can do for your target audience, right? And third is your credibility, that you are good enough in doing the thing that you are searching for. For example, if someone comes to my profile, they will be saying, let's say if my target audience comes to my profile, which is founders and the marketing heads of the people, of the different companies. If they come to my profile, they will be seeing that he is Rajat Kumar, and he is the marketing head for this company, Brand Samosa, and he helps businesses in building their brands, right, and generate more leads for their businesses, right? And if they are looking for that thing, if they are looking for building brand, or they are looking for generating leads, they know that I can help them, right? After that, the question comes in their mind is that if he is good enough, then your profile should answer that question and tell them, yes, you are good enough, right? So these are the objectives that you should that you should keep in, like, your profile should complete, and you should keep your target audience in mind while building your profile. And these are the things that you have to make sure, these are the three things that you have to make sure, that someone comes to your profile, they know that these three things. So yeah.
First of all, target the headline, the target audience, and what they should know about you, right?
Exactly. So let me, say it again.
Hmm.
First of all, your target audience. Keep that one potential customer, your target audience in mind. Then you have to tell them who you are,
Hmm. Hmm.
what you
Correct.
do,
Correct.
how you can help them, basically. And third, how you are good enough compared to
Hmm.
others.
Right. But I
Yeah.
have one question here. If I as a consumer, let's say I'm a client, I want a web developer for my business, and I
Mhm.
hopped onto LinkedIn search bar
Okay.
and
Hmm.
write web developer. Now,
Yeah.
how the LinkedIn algorithm works here? Which one hops onto the first position and which one
Mhm.
hops onto the second position? How that works? Matlab?
Yeah. So now here comes the, that section parts, right? So there are three sections, like four sections in your profile. First is headline, second is summary, third is experience section, and fourth is recommendation section, right? If you want to, be on the top of your that keyword, like, on the top of the search bar, you have to make sure that you are ranking for the right keyword, right? If someone is searching for web developer, make sure that your profile is coming up, right? Not someone, like, someone is graphic designer and they are ranking for web developer, right? That's not how it works, right? So you have to make sure that your profile is ranked for that. And how do you make sure about it? You have to integrate those keywords in your profile. So what you can do is you can integrate in headline, summary, experience, and the recommendation section. Apart from that, there are many things that you can do. There are many strategies that you can use to do this. One of that is that you connect with, like, your first degree connection should be your potential customers, should be, it should be targeted, that you will be having. If you have, let's say 1,000 connections, you have to make sure that 800 connection out of those 1,000 connection are your potential customers and your target audience, because it will help LinkedIn to recommend your profile to those 800 people, right? So that's how algorithm works of LinkedIn.
And I, for the benefit of users, the people who are watching this interview, the one thing I want very curious about that, what's the difference between first connection and second connection and third connection?
Okay, first connection is your friends, like, in the language of Facebook. Let me tell you,
Okay.
in the language of Facebook, first connection is your friend, right? And the second connection is your friends of friends, and third degree connection is friends of friends of friends, right? So that is what first degree, second degree, and third degree connection is.
Well, it's the second and third degree connection are those that you are not really friend of and don't have any
Yes,
particular
yes,
mutual
yes.
connection in it.
So basically, if you are connected with one person, if I'm connected to you and I'm your first degree, right,
Right.
and you have another person who is not connected with me, he's your first degree connection, but he's my second degree connection, because I'm
Right.
not connected, directly connected with him, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that is, that is first degree, second degree, and third degree connections.
And there's a thing here, it's ki, let's say ki, how many words that description should be. Is there any limit or is there any strategy you use that मतलब इससे ज़्यादा words नहीं आएंगे या there is a maximum
Yes,
possibility
there
of
is
that
limit
word?
to it. There is limit to it. There are 1,600 character limit uh, in on summary of LinkedIn, right? And you have to make sure that you need to make sure that your summary is small, like it is short and crisp. So yeah, that's how we do it. Like, we keep it very short and we keep it very specific to
Correct.
our target audience. You need to talk to your target audience. You have to avoid other people. You just have to
Right.
pinpoint that target audience and talk to them.
Okay, so the thing is that just focus on a target audience you want
Yes,
to target, and just be well, the description should be focused on your clients who you want to target, and
exactly.
what the person wants to hear from you, what the person wants from you. Just keeping that thing in mind, and you can
Yes,
make
yes,
your
and
description.
yes, and all other people who are, who your friends and your relatives and all those stuff, you have to ignore them. So yeah, it's very important, because that
Yes.
will give you more, that will generate more leads for you, and that
Mhm.
will help you build more strong brand, in yourself.
I think we should have to be niche into the market,
Exactly,
in the
exactly.
marketing terms, if we say.
Yes, yes.
Great. So let's hop on to the next question, and that is related to this only. That
Hmm,
you talked about recommendations part in the
hmm.
between your. I want to know that now LinkedIn is a professional network. So
Yeah.
how to reach how to reach people in LinkedIn from your like say let's say I'm a marketer and I want to reach other marketers, because in the LinkedIn the person who have large connection, maximum connections and good relationship with others can survive. So what strategy you use to build connections and make good relationship, or especially on LinkedIn if you talk
Mhm. Yeah, I will talk about it, but before this, I have, realized one of the biggest problem that, many do, like one of the biggest mistake people do is, on LinkedIn is that they try to connect with like-minded people, right? If you are a marketer, you are planning to connect with other marketers, but right, but you have to understand that those are also marketers and they will not be paying you,
about? Right.
right? So they will not
Mhm.
become your clients. So you have to make sure that you are targeting right people,
Okay,
right?
understood,
So
understood.
that is one thing that I see that most of the most, like, many people do this mistake. Apart from this, connecting with your clients, connecting with the right person is very, very easy on LinkedIn. Like, no one gives you that much filtration option, no one gives you that search option, which LinkedIn gives you. No platform, no other platform gives that. If you go to LinkedIn and search on search bar, right, and let's say if you find, like, searched founder on it and clicked search button, right, and clicked enter, you will be able, like, you will be seeing, uh, there is an option called all filters, right? And if you click on that, you will be able to find people, you will be able to pinpoint people on the basis of their industry, their degree, their school, their past companies, their current companies, and, like, and designation as well. So there are many, many, many options that you can pinpoint people, and you can connect with your target audience. So yeah, so filtration option is really good on LinkedIn. It's really good, and no other platform gives that.
And one thing I want to know here is, okay, let's say if we want to build a great relationship, so like if say I am a friend of Rajat and I want
Hmm,
Rajat to recommend me in on
hmm,
LinkedIn, so how
hmm.
should we reach the other person? There's any particular message we should write, or is there any other strategy you should use?
One of the best thing that I do for, like, one of the best strategy that you can use is that you can help someone, right, in your particular niche, and ask them to write your recommendation for you.
Okay, you
This
help
is one
other
of the
one.
best. Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Simple as that. You can help them in any way. You can just tell them to, grow their business. You can tell them to grow their following. You can do anything, right? But make sure that you are very specific, and very specific in services. For example, if I help someone, I have to make sure that I am, helping them in their LinkedIn marketing, right? So that they recommend me on LinkedIn marketing, not other things, right? So yeah,
And
or
we
B2B
should not,
marketing.
yes, and we should not be selfish here. Actually, we should be able to serve the other person with a mindset of serving.
Exactly. Yes, exactly, exactly.
Okay, so that thing works in LinkedIn as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And building trust is very important.
Yes,
Very
building
important.
trust. Yes, how to build trust? Matlab, what how the person can build a trust with other person?
Okay. Uh, it's very simple. Like, it's not that simple. Like, it's very simple in the, telling you, but it's very difficult to do it. But if you do it well, you will be able to generate, like, build a massive trust, and, you will be able to leverage it very, like, very effectively. Uh, how to build trust is basically, like, I was watching a video. In fact, I was watching a video yesterday itself, and there I got a summary of that, like, a formula for that, building trust, right? uh, I have been doing that, but I didn't had that formula, right? And and it, got stuck into my mind. It was really good, because I realized that I was, like, for our clients and for our own brand, we were doing the same, right? So I was watching one of the interviews of Ritesh Malik. He's the founder of Innovate, right? The co-working. So I was watching his interview, and he, uh, told, told a formula for building trust, which is reliability plus credibility plus consistency plus intimacy divided by self interest, which means, yeah, you can write it down while you edit. You can,
Yes.
give
Yes.
this into a caption.
Reliability plus consistency.
Trust, yes, trust is equals to reliability plus intimacy plus
Okay.
credibility plus
Okay.
consistency divided
Okay.
by self interest.
Okay. So can you explain, elaborate that
Yes,
thing?
yeah, sure. So trust is equals to reliability. Reliability means that, being really good at what you do, right? So that people can rely on you, right? Second thing is intimacy, right? Intimacy is, close connection, right? So being really close to your audience, being really personalized with your audience, building that trust, that personal feeling with your target audience, plus credibility. Now credibility is your branding, what people say about you at your back, is that credibility. Okay, plus consistency. So you have to do these three things consistently, right? Divided by self interest, right? So you
Hmm.
don't have
Right.
to be very selfish about it. You have to, like, you do things to get something. You have to be really, you have to just divide that self interest. You have to divide that, subtract that, uh, that selfishness. So yeah, that is one of the best formula I have got, for trust. So
And
yeah.
I think that formula that you just told the users, and especially to me, it's
Hmm.
like WOW, completely wow for us. And it's a very
Yes,
pretty
yeah.
amazing. And I will definitely like, because if you listen to Ritesh Malik, he's one of the that person who's just got funding from OYO. And
Yes,
if
yes,
the thing that you talked about, I totally agree with you, because nowadays people are just selfish and they want their work to be done rather than just serving others. And
yes.
consistency, reliability, and selfishness, self-serviceness, and that's something that will be a great, like a cherry on the top of the cake if you want to
Yes,
build the trust.
yes, exactly, exactly. It was wow for me as well, because we have been doing this from like last 1 year, right? For
Okay.
ourselves and for our clients. But we were just doing it because we knew it. But I haven't got any formula for this, right?
Right.
We just figured it out. And once I, like, when I was, watching his interview, and I was like, shit, like I'm doing that. So it was wow for me as well. So yeah, so this formula has everything that we have, done and experienced, experimented with our clients brand, with our brands. So yeah,
Right. And
so
I
it's
think that
all the
you
sum up of that.
and I think that you have given a gold of the video, a gold thing of the golden nugget of the video, and I expect that you will give some more golden nuggets in the following
Yeah,
in the following question that I want to ask you. Now let's
yeah.
hop on to the question that is something but it's very important question when it comes to making a personal brand, and it's about
Hmm,
content. What everything
hmm,
is a content, everything
hmm,
on social media, everything we hear, it's a content. So
hmm.
how one should be writing content, posting content, and how content matters in personal branding, how what strategy you suggest to the people to actually because if they're not making good content, they will not able to make a good personal brand.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
your take. What's your take on this?
So one of the best techniques that you can use to create, like, while creating, first of all, I would like to talk about why you are creating content, right? So, why someone create content? To generate leads, to build their personal brand, to market their services, right? So you have to keep that objective in your mind, right? And then create content that accomplish that, objective. So for example, if uh, like, one of the best ways that we have, created content for ourselves and our client is, that we have experienced and that we have experimented with, different brands and the different brands of our clients. We have realized that personalization is one of the best uh, content marketing and content trick that you can do to your content. You have to make sure that you are talking to right target audience, you are talking to your target audience, right? Apart from that, you have to make sure that you are you are being very, you are talking about the problems of your target audience, right? For example, we discussed about our target audience, right? So you have to make sure that, let's say, and we also discussed about the reach, right? That if you have 10,000, like 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, it will reach to more than that, right? So you have to make sure that if your target audience is web developer, you are talking about their problems, right, and solving them, right? Now there are different things that you can do to your target, to your content to improve the response rate of that content. For example, you can change it to storytelling way. You can write stories around the problem of web developers. You can create videos for the same. You can create infographics for the same. You can create images, posters for the same, right? But the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that you talk about the problems of your target audience, right? And in the different forms. It can be text, it can be videos, it can be photographs, it can be graphics, it can be infographics, right? So it can be anything, but you have to make sure that you are talking to your target audience. That's how you build engaging content, right?
And one thing I want to know is that you have said that you can make content like in video format or in text format or
Hmm.
in any format. But is
Mhm.
there any principle like in Instagram and Facebook, what videos are something that engage better the people and they just
Mhm.
got viral very quickly rather than
Mhm.
just text? So here in
Yes.
LinkedIn, that's the case too.
On LinkedIn, like it is said that videos are more promoted, but like from our experience and our experiments, we haven't realized it, right? We have realized that written content, written text written content works best on LinkedIn, right? Unless the videos are those text form content goes viral compared to other videos, right? And the videos that goes viral are those those emotional videos, right? Those are the videos that go viral on LinkedIn because they are directly targeting uh, human brain basically. So yeah.
And human brain is all about emotions, so it's like
Exactly,
making an
exactly.
emotional connection with the person with the other person brains.
Yes, exactly. So you have to make sure that you are creating that emotional connect with your target audience in your content, right? So yeah, and that is
And
done, and that is done by talking to them about their problem and solving them.
great, great. And one thing I want to mention here, key, like you have
Hmm.
said that key, the engaging content is all about one of it can be video, it can be text, it can be anything. I've seen one of your posts in which you have just told the people key that you have a PDF available for I think but it's for the marketing or branding PDF,
Yes,
and
yes,
ask the people to just leave their email ID. So I can see that email IDs for about 1,000 email IDs if I'm not wrong. So what was
yeah.
the magic there?
There's nothing magic over there. Basically, like, I have my connections, like I have targeted connections, right? Who are the marketing heads and the founders of the companies, right? And the PDF I have created was for them itself. So it was for marketing heads and it was for founders who want to grow their business using LinkedIn and using B2B marketing, right? So what I did was I just posted it, and uh, the organic reach of LinkedIn comes in the picture, and it targeted I targeted the right type of people, right target audience, and they started commenting on it, right? And when they comment on it, it reaches to their target audience, like their connections, right? And if I get, let's say, 30 comments in just 10 minutes, it goes viral because because LinkedIn algorithm understand it as a viral post and something which people are reacting to, right? So it pushes that, right? So yeah, that's the thing. So
And
it's all a LinkedIn algorithm game,
okay, so the magic is
and
in
targeting right target audience.
okay, so the magic is in targeting the right audience, LinkedIn algorithm, and the
Yes,
one of the best brains in marketing, Rajat Kumar. So they are just collaborating well, and they're just doing the job, on LinkedIn.
yes, you can say that.
Great. So one thing I want to know more here is how about hashtags? What's your take on hashtags? Because hashtags
Mhm.
matter nowadays in LinkedIn. I see that LinkedIn also tells you to add hashtags when you're just posting. So what's your
Yes.
take on hashtags?
Hashtags are very important because it helps you to, when I am searching for content, I mostly search them on the basis of hashtags, right? If I am searching for marketing case studies, I am writing hashtag marketing case studies, right? So it is very important. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is that you are not, adding irrelevant hashtags in your content, right? For example, people are talking about marketing, at the same time they are talking about adding hashtags of HR or human resource, right? So yeah, that you have to be very relevant in the hashtag things, because it will reach to right target audience if you write if you put right hashtags in that
I think
post.
that can go into spam also if you are like if you are targeting some other segment that is not relevant
Yes,
to your.
yes, you can, like, it happens many times. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So hashtag matters, but relevant hashtag matters, right?
Yes,
And is a
absolutely.
specific number that the person should need to have?
I don't think so there's a specific number, but I keep it to 6 or 7.
6 to 7 relevant hashtags.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Rajat, I want to know about that there are some like you also I think you use very free version of LinkedIn if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
But there's another version if you know you might be knowing that
Hmm.
it's a freemium platform and there's a LinkedIn
Yes.
premium version. So when a person should decide that he should move on to the premium version, and what other things are available, like it's not particularly related to branding, but actually I
Hmm.
think that the premium version matters when it's about when you have the money to invest in the marketing and branding. So when
Yeah.
the brand should use that LinkedIn premium version, and how that works, if you have any
Okay.
idea about it.
So yeah, like there are many, premium version of, LinkedIn's products. So there are like four premium version. So one is for sales navigator, one is for sales people, one is for HR, and one is for just like premium. It's called premium, right? It's for normal people who want to just expand their limit, right? Like we have, like personally, we haven't used any premium products for our clients, because we were able to generate, like, hell lot of leads for them without premium. The only thing that that the only thing when you should purchase that premium is when you have to extend your limits, right? For example, when I am searching for our target audience or potential clients, right? It sometimes happen that that my search limit exceeds, right? So at that time, I think of like I should purchase it, right? If you are generating leads at that level, then you can purchase it. But if you are fine with, let's say, 50 to 60 leads for a month, or 70 leads for a month, it's completely fine. It's absolutely fine. Yeah. And if you are not a HR, right? Because they have to keep on searching for different people, different they have to acquire uh, talents basically, and it
Right.
requires viewing different profiles. So yeah, so I would suggest that you have to just purchase that premium product when you need it, like when you want to extend your limits. It's just that.
Okay, so if you have a large organization, if you want to scale a lot, you have money. If you
Yes,
want to
yes,
scale at a next level, then it's a
yes,
good thing to invest the money.
yes, yes. Yeah. Apart from
Okay.
that, there are options of emails as well, right?
Right.
But
Right.
I am not sure, like I haven't realized that, I till now I haven't realized that, it's important, because uh, you can send the same message in the personalized note when you are sending connection request, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that's how I do it, and that's how we do it for our clients as well. But we haven't purchased any premium product of LinkedIn for our clients, not for as like us as well.
So your all lead generation comes from organic.
Organic, 100% organic, and 100% inbound.
Okay, so I think it's a wow thing again for us, because
Yeah.
when it comes to Instagram and Facebook, you can't survive on organic, especially when you want to generate leads. But in LinkedIn, yet you are
Yes.
saying that it's an organic thing for you and for your brand that is going that's
Yes.
doing well on the market.
Yes. Yeah, like the best part is that organic reach is huge right now. So we are leveraging it like crazy right now. So yeah.
Okay, great. So Rajat, I want to now I have another the main questions that you have already answered for the users. That is headline, content, freemium, organic, relationship, trust. Now, do you have anything that you want to say to the users from your perspective when a user come to a LinkedIn, or a startup owner or a marketer, new marketer comes to LinkedIn, and he wants to build a brand? Any points you want to mention? That is, I'm not don't have any question, a particular question about that, but maybe you must be having some content available to say a message for them.
Mhm. Yeah. First of all, if you are a startup or anyone, right, and you are coming to LinkedIn, you have to make sure that your profile is complete, right? From your profile pic, from your banner image, to your experiences, to your recommendation, right? And that is complete, right? Apart from that, make sure that you are you know not spamming, because spamming also builds your brand. It's not like that, when you decide to build your brand, it will, then only you will be building brand. If you are not trying to like if you are not even trying to build your brand, your brand is building. Because if you are spamming, your brand is building as a spammer, right? Or posting irrelevant post, or posting nonsense on LinkedIn or any other platform, your brand is building, right? So it's on, you know process, like always building your brand. So yeah, you have to make sure, and make sure that your profile is complete, and make sure that you are talking relevant things. You are talking about your domain, about the things that you do, and not copying others, basically. So yeah, this is one of the biggest mistake I have seen many people make, that they don't even have complete profile, right? And they keep on sharing like nonsense stuff. So yeah.
And I remember a thing that in LinkedIn I've seen people nowadays it's getting political right now. So now due to
Yes.
coronavirus, people are I see founders and posting irrelevant political hate and
Yes.
this in Indian.
Yes,
So I
it's
think
all
it's good, or
unnecessary.
it's
No,
necessary. Yes, it's
like
unnecessary.
if you don't want, like if your business is not directly connected to it, you don't have to post about it, right? So yeah, like so it basically, it damages your brand, right? So yeah.
It damages your brand, and you're also damaging the LinkedIn platform, who is actually which is a professional network, and you're making it to a
Yes.
Facebook or a conversation like
Yes,
Facebook.
yeah. It's not wrong in talking about it, but let's say, I'm a marketer, and I'm not, I'm fighting with someone on COVID-19, right? So it's irrelevant. Like for me, it's irrelevant, right? I can talk about how marketers can, how marketers can leverage this COVID-19 thing, right? Then it will be relevant.
I got a question here now, that what will be the frequency the person should keep when he's posting, or when he or she's posting on LinkedIn? Like it matters consistency, and as you
Yes,
mentioned that consistency
absolutely.
matters, but frequency,
Absolutely.
how frequency matters?
Frequency, I try to post, every like 3 posts every week, right? I make sure that I post it, right? Though, like even here, we are locked down. Still, I'm not posting. My bad. But I try to post, 3 posts a week. And the only thing that you have to, when you are building your brand, is your engagement. You, like, I haven't mentioned it, but this is one of the most important thing that you need to make sure. When you are building your brand, you are talking to right target audience. You are talking to your target audience in comment section below, comments or messages. So engagement is very important. So, and engagement is part of, intimacy. We talked about interest, right? So yeah, so you have to build that personal connect with your target audience.
And just you have mentioned personal connect, intimacy. So frequency must be around 3 to 4, and dependent on the business you are doing.
Yes, 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 yes. I am not able to post, every day, but if
Right.
you are able to post it,
Right.
good enough, right? So yeah.
Great. So I think that we have given us a lots of, especially me. I'm talking about just users. Definitely, users could be getting a lot of value. But personally, me, you have given a lot of golden nuggets in between, like trust, voila. And now you talked
Thank you.
about the content, voila. And that's a beautiful thing about you, because when I was searching for a person to reach out for this particular topic for the interview, I
Hmm.
saw your name. I just remember that this guy is always trending on marketing and advertisement. Why not talk to this guy? So thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining me for this interview, especially.
Thanks for
And
having me, Harkirat.
one thing more before we wrap
Yeah.
up, let the audience know where they can connect with you.
You can connect me on LinkedIn, right? And apart from that, I'm on Instagram as well, and I'm on Facebook as well. So you can directly search Rajat Kumar on LinkedIn, and you can connect me with, on Instagram, where I'm with the username rajatkumar.in.
And I will definitely be giving all the relevant links down there of to connect with Rajat. Rajat, thank you so much for giving me your time, and especially this opportunity and the golden nugget, the valuable insight that you shared with your experience. It's really amazing, and thank you so much for coming to
Thanks
this
for
interview.
having me, man. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being at your series.